Okay, Russell, click the link. Hello.
Hello.
I need to feed my printer more paper and cut more squares for my animation. So I will be right back.
Okay.
You're in charge. You
Oh no.
say nice things to people.
Nice things to people, whatever people there are. I wonder if there's anything going on in the chat. Commentary. Nope, nobody here yet, as far as I can tell.
I don't think
Okay. He can hear me. That means I have to say nice things. Well,
I'm back.
Okay, good. Now I don't have to be entertaining no more.
You can stop being entertaining.
That's as good as done.
I think I'm going to draw the forest in which the jabberwocky lives here.
Do you think the forest has many natural resources to exploit?
I think I would think so. Why not? It has those.
I mean, I imagine first of all there's the trees, but that's a given.
There's all those twirly things. What are they? Gyres and
the gyres and the torbs, all sorts of things.
So it depends on the torb market in whatever town they live in. So there's in the forest there's the jabberwock. My forest is very simplistic. I think I'll draw the forest at the edge of town, and it'll be a dark forest that might frighten a little kid in entering it, with his father saying, "Beware." I think that's.
I mean, we're never actually given the age of the jabberwocky hunter.
You what?
I said we're never actually given the age of the jabberwocky hunter. We just know that he's somebody's son.
He's somebody's son, and his scaredy cat father
isn't man enough to go out and hunt the jabberwocky by himself.
Warns him to avoid the jabberwock. So here's the forest. Here's the earth. Here's the grapes and the gyres, or whatever they are. And here's the little town, little Dr. Seussian town with little round igloo huts with smokestacks. Here's the daddy, and here's the son, going toward the.
And here's the daddy, and here's the baby boy, and here's the evil forest, and here's the threatening monster.
Yeah.
And that's the family.
And
that was how Billy got sent to the asylum.
How's that for the town in the scary forest?
No, that forest is much bigger than the scary town, although I expect that the little town, yes, the scary forest is just very close to us, whereas the town is far away.
No, I think it's the opposite. the forest is, no, it's, you have that correct. So here's the town. Here's the little hut with a chimney, and here's the little swimming pool, little kidney-shaped swimming pool behind this hut. This is a very fancy suburban settlement outside of the big city. And here's the daddy. Here's the son. And here's the forest.
Using a fountain pen this time around?
I was using a fountain pen all the times around to do the drawings.
Oh, really? Okay, I guess I was just looking at I was just paying attention to the brush.
And then the brush, I smear the ink with the brush. The forest has, the trees are not leafy, they're hairy. The trees are hairy, just like just like the creatures inside. One of the things
I always, I was just gonna say, I always saw Dr. Seuss's trees as sort of hairy, almost.
Yeah. I've been watching these videos on how to do watercolors, and it's amazing watching how many times they stick their brush in the water and shake it around. It's like they mix the paint. They get all the paint mixed on their tray, the color they want, and then they take that brush, the same brush that just did all the mixing, and then shove it in the water and shake it around. So all of that, I guess it's
just to clean things.
They want the density of that color to be gone, and then they just dip it in the color again. So these are the things that I will learn that I have to do if I do it correctly. But if I do it incorrectly, which is probably the way I will do it, my paintings will look muddy and nasty Okay, so let's go back to the forest, in which I'm sorry.
Part of the point of, I was just gonna say the big thing with watercolor is just just using the colors as thin as possible, getting as many layers as you can in there.
Oh, that just sounds like so much work.
Oh, it can be.
But I understand why they do that, but it just seems like, why can't I just paint it, get the color I want, and just put it there? Because it looked like shit. That's why.
Well, you can do the Winslow Homer thing, or proprio the John Singer Sargent thing. Although I'm sure he put a little bit more effort into the fine details than Homer did.
Well, I mean, I look at the watercolor tutors sort of show all of these layers, and you start with this, and then you go to that, and you start at the top, and you work your way down, and you do the background and then the foreground. And I thought, this doesn't look like the way that John Singer Sargent painted his alligators in the sun.
I imagine he painted a lot like he used oil paint, except it was much more direct, where it was you imagine him going through it and just like just going through wet and wet firsthand.
Yeah.
And then waiting for that to dry and then he just knows the exact strength of the colors to put down, and he just places them down as you would like if you were doing black and white.
Yeah. Maybe. I mean, they had beautiful John Singer Sargent watercolor show here a couple of years ago at the museum. Hundreds and hundreds of these watercolors, and you almost went blind looking at them because they were. It was. I think the watercolors were in rooms that were sort of a darkish, charcoaly color, and the paintings were. Most of them, I think, were his paintings he did in Italy. And they were almost blinding. You know, the spotlights were on them, and the white of the paper was still brilliant white, and the blues he was using, they looked like you should have sunglasses on looking at this, just as if you were, on the Lido.
Just as if you were there watching the sun, like in the sun-drenched landscape.
So the this guy looks a little scared. He's sort of hiding behind those trees. Was the jabberwock ever scared? I don't think he was, but he's a little timid. This little boy with his big sword.
Oh, he is.
Anyway, there's this woman that was doing there was a recording of her doing a live demonstration of her essentially showing the techniques that he did in his watercolors. And she was doing a very good job of imitating them. And she was doing it not in the way you had mentioned. There are these washes and layers.
There were many layers to it.
So, but again, we don't know that's not. I mean, I guess you can probably tell by looking at it that there's layers or not layers, but
next door neighbors.
Okay. But I am learning, when I watch these things, I am learning about that some people, do one certain kind of a trick to keep the ink from, or the paint from getting muddy or overworked, and so there are things I'm sure that I will learn. It's just how many seascapes do I have to see?
I know.
And there's nothing wrong with seascapes, I'm sure, but
pun.
What did I say that was a pun?
There's nothing wrong with seascapes, I'm sure.
Oh, sure.
That was dry as the sand.
Yeah.
But the puns just come to me in waves, and I say them for the shell of it.
Okay. We're going to play that kind of game, are we?
You bet your bass we are.
God. Sea bass, that is.
Yes. Well, no, I don't really see bass right now. I'm just talking about them. I know.
All about it.
You can abandon me at any moment.
No, I would never abandon you.
I'm the one that you toss back.
Yep.
But that's one thing I can say about you, Pierre. You're not a person who gets salty very easily.
Oh, God. Okay, I think we can stop.
Okay.
Good.
I see how it is.
Yeah. The conversation is ebbing.
Well, I was sort of riding the wave of puns that were coming to me. So now I'm casting a line, but I'm not getting anything.
Okay.
Our line of you're getting me started again, Pierre.
I'm sorry. We'll change the
That's
subject.
fine. I mean, I enjoy it every day doing terrible puns, but I'm certain that there are many other people that are not as pleased to hear my unsubtle wordplay.
I'm going to add a little penis on this guy. There we go.
There's the perfect subject changer.
Well, and look, is this going to get me banned? It's just right there. It's a little happy.
Yeah. I mean, you can hardly tell it's a penis, but I like that one. You know, Osamu Tezuka just had the most wonderful way of drawing penises.
I have to know who that is.
Osamu Tezuka is the fellow who made Astro Boy.
Okay.
But he did a whole bunch of other manga, comic books, and cartoons on television.
I see.
And a lot of his manga were meant for more mature audiences later on, and so his penises are pretty much like what you've drawn there. They're just like they're just little doodles. They're doodles.
And that's often what they are, little doodles. Some are bigger doodles than others, but some are just little doodles. Speaking of adult comics, adult content, someone was throwing away in the mailroom an adult coloring book. Now, an adult coloring book differs only from a childish coloring book by the fact that it has lots of little tiny areas to fill in with your colors.
See, my dad did loads of adult coloring books, but he always said he always called them taxes.
Uh-huh.
That was really weird.
Well, I will bring in the coloring book to show you because it's and I will tell you how I'm going to turn it into an actual adult coloring book.
Well, I am looking forward to hearing about this.
You're all ears. Well, they're not all. I mean, for example, I gave a gift to a neighbor of mine when it was his birthday, I guess, and I went to the store and bought a dot-to-dot book for kids, and in between dot number 27 and dot number 28, I put dot number 27.1, 27.2, 27.3, and when you were done, of course, there was this, let's say, growth in the area of the pants that you were drawing. And anyway, let me get this thing. So here's the cover. Animals, an adult coloring. So you open up this and you see a little squirrel with his little paisley pattern and a bear and
Yeah, that's very milk toast.
So I think, this with a bunch of paisley hunters and their bazookas, about to kill this animal is what I'll do for that one.
Now is the bazooka? I thought the bazooka for a second there was a euphemism.
No, we'll have those later. And then this one with the fox, I thought having a drawn in the same style as this, but have it be an eviscerated, intestines strewn here and there, little bunny rabbit, just completely destroyed in the background there, just to show, what.
Just to show this is a real fox. Animals
This
are
is a real
dangerous.
fox. These are real foxes, and this could have the arm of someone. Now, but look at this though. Just okay. So someone
That
went through.
reminded me of a joke just then that I'd like to tell.
Okay, well,
Goes what has one mouth, one full mouth, three arms, and one leg? The answer is a happy Rottweiler.
God, that is pretty bad.
Actually, it's a happy pit bull, but pit bulls get a lot of shit for nothing.
It reminds me of Mousykins jokes. What animal goes meow?
Oh, from the like the Looney Tunes.
Well, I don't know about that, but she said, "What animal goes meow?"
I do not know.
A dog in a buzzsaw. Meow.
I enjoy that so much.
And what goes?
I don't think I've heard of Mousykins.
Well, she's Miss Mighty Mouse in the chat room, in this very room.
Oh, okay.
But Frederick calls her Mousykins. And then another one was what goes woof?
What does go woof?
A cat covered in gasoline going up in flames. Woof.
See, that one I thought was a little bit superior.
You like that one better? Anyway, I think this guy is very Tasmanian devil-y. My version.
He reminds me of something, but I don't know what. But I still love it. He has bloodshot eyes.
Well, those are those fiery eyes he has, or whatever, however they were described.
I don't know. It looks to me like he's just stayed up all night worrying about being killed.
Yes. Am I going to show that happening? Am I going to show the child destroying him, cutting his head off and dragging him home?
If you have no sense of mercy or justice in this world, yes.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Will Hodge just sent me a very, very cute little picture of a little kitty drinking some wine and then trying to make it up. No.
Well,
That's pretty sad. Oh.
It's always sad to see an alcoholic.
No.
That cat just couldn't handle his booze. Do you think the hair of the dog rule applies to cats?
I do not know the answer to that question.
You know what I mean by hair of the dog?
Yes, I do.
Okay. I figured you did, but
no, I was trying to figure out how to save this movie, but I'll figure it out later. And while I was on my phone, I was just wondering. So you're still making this this urban building as the Jabberwock.
pretty much. Like I said, I take too long on these things.
Okay. I'm going to see if Kesh would like to join us, just since he wanted to before, and he hasn't been online much.
Well, we'll give him a jingle.
Visit now, I said. So whether he will or not, I don't know.
Visit now.
And I sent it to him via. Well, see, I think this could work. I start with this one, and I can. I ended up doing these vertical. I initially was going to have them be horizontal, so it would fit a animation frame better, but this is fine for this particular purpose. I'm going to get some water that doesn't have watercolor in it, and be right back.
Okay. So it would seem it's up to me to entertain people now. We're all doomed. Well, whatever. I don't know if there's anybody watching or not, but I can't sing songs and I can't dance dances. All I can do is useless stuff. That's why they hired me here at the state college. Because there's nothing they can't stand more, or rather, nothing they hate more at a public school than somebody who's good for something. Am I making a comment about my workplace? Absolutely, I am. Am I going to get fired for this? Oh, you bet you. See, the problem with this is I'm going to get started on this thing like this right here, and then I'm just going to leave it and never finish it, which is sort of disappointing. But ultimately, what can you do? I wonder some days whether if I were to do digital, things would just go much quicker. Or if I were to just do things quicker, things might go quicker. Who knows? It's a revolutionary idea. Do things quicker, and things happen quicker.
They do.
Yes. I was just rambling.
Good. Let's add another.
That's what crazy people do, yes.
They do that. I'm going to look at the poem to see how I kill this creature. Yeah, see, John Tenniel has him as a flying rodent-toothed antennade, see?
Yes.
With with lots of claws and scales. Okay, so let's just see where the actual poem is.
Shouldn't be too hard to find.
I know, but I keep pressing the thing I had. I want to jabberwocky text. Keeps going to Wikipedia. What is the message in the poem? No, I don't care about that. I don't want that.
So I like that there was somebody naive enough to believe that there was some kind of message or ultimate meaning to that poem.
Well, someone has to get a doctorate somehow. 'Twas brillig,
yes,
and the slithy troves did gyre and gimble in the wabe. All mimsy were the borogroves, and the mome raths outgrabe. Okay, well, that doesn't say a goddamn thing. Beware the jabberwock, my son, the jaws that bite and the claws that catch. Beware the jubjub bird. So that's a different animal altogether. And shun the frumious bandersnatch, which is presumably some other plant or animal that gives you frumishness. I mean, bandersnatch sounds like it's a sort of sticker bush. He's took his Vorpal sword in hand. So we have another noun that describes an actual noun that's understandable. Sword in hand. Long time the maxim foe he sought, so rest he by the tum-tum tree. So that would be like what a big fat stomach-shaped tree, you think?
Perhaps. Or a tree that is like a tree that is somehow covered in drums.
Oh, okay. And stood a while in thought. And as uffish thought he stood, the jabberwock with eyes of flame, see, there's the flamy eyes, came whiffing through the tugly wood and burbled as he came. So burble, burble, burp. Is that what the Hamburglar did? See?
No, the Hamburglar said rubble, rubble, rubble.
Oh, okay, rubble, rubble. Okay.
Like literally robble. So robbing.
1, 2, 1, 2, and through the vorpal blade went snicker snack. And he left it dead, and with its head he went galumping back. So the vorpal blade went snicker snack. And hast thou slain the jabberwock? Come to my arms, my beamish boy. O Frabj's day, Calloo Calais, he chortled in his joy. And that goes back to the first stanza. So we really don't have much to go on here. We have a sword.
What are you talking about? We have the gyres and we have the bandersnatch. What the hell more could you want?
Okay, well, I'm going to do the sword. What does the sword do again?
It goes snicker snack.
Snicker snack. Okay, well, here's what the sword did to the...
I believe I had a snicker snack whenever I stopped at the candy store in London.
Well, of course you did. Because...
I've never been to London. I'm just making a terrible joke. Let's not get any ideas about my level of culture here, as if there were any culture to be found in London that wasn't stolen from other nations. Burn, just like London.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm too busy working on my snicker snack. My What was it? Snicker snack? The thing went snicker
Yes,
snack?
the vorpal blade went snicker snack.
Well, the snicker snack it goes back and forth,
You
back and forth.
cut that jabberwocky up like a cake, like a layer cake.
No, like you cut bananas to put on your cereal.
Oh yes.
You
Your breakfast cereal, your morning bowl of Snicker snacks.
Yes. Except I need more blue ink. Where did I put it? Do you like sugarless Snicker snacks or Snicker snacks with marshmallow charms?
Well, obviously, I like the Snicker snacks with marshmallow charms better, but I can't have them too often.
Why?
Because they're not that good for you. It's good for a Snicker snack, but it's not exactly a Snicker meal.
I see. Okay, so there's going to be a lot of red in this here drawing. First I have to do the and then I'll do the vorpal blade. Red. Well, I hope people are enjoying this. The one person in the room. I hope I didn't scare people away
with your Snicker snacking.
With that
and my C puns.
Your C puns and no, but I told dear friends of mine that they couldn't come on stream because I was doing this special program. So
and now they've actually stayed off the stream and respected my privacy. What the hell?
And now they're
nowhere to be found.
They're unfriending me from all of the various social media, the anti-social media. So he just went like it's a Jinsu knife.
Yes.
And
what I like best are the little bits of the spine there.
Well, he is a vertebrate.
That is what we have decided.
I've decided he's a vertebrate. There was no.
Actually, we never considered the possibility that this might not be a vertebrate creature. Like it might be a giant slug or something.
Well, I mean, there's sluggishness in the entire poem. It seems it's all slithery and you don't think of a bounding. The jabberwock did not bound about. It kind of slithered.
Yes, it was sort of described as serpentine.
There, see, but he not entirely serpentine because he had legs and feet, because he had to have claws.
True.
Now. So I mean, I was thinking about this all night long. So here's the vorpal blade. And it's snick and snacking right there. This might be a snack or a snick. I don't really know, but it's.
I've always had a hard time telling the difference between my snicks and my snacks.
Well, I can explain it to you again if you really want me to do that again.
Okay, please tell me the difference again, because if I don't learn, I never will.
It's like tacking on a boat. You know when you're gone on a starboard tack, you're snicking, and when you go on a port tack, you're snacking. So the first strike, when you're going back and forth like this, the first strike is a snick, and then the second strike would be a snack. That's my thought.
And if 3 strikes, you're out.
And if three strikes, he's out. Yes,
or at least, yeah, 3 strikes, the other person is, or other jabberwocky is out.
Yes, the jabberwocky is kaput. If the
if you snicker your snack correct.
If you snicker correctly, the that doesn't have the violence I want.
Well,
I may just do a sword blade, and I can.
I was gonna say, if it doesn't have the violins that you want, then you could do the cello.
Yes. Bump, bump, bump.
No, that's the drums.
So this is the snicker snack preamble to the snick and snacking before you actually hit the body. The Vorpal blade. Okay, then he carries the head home on the frabjous day. So here's the wood. Here's the wood. Here's the town in the distance. Here's the dad who completely forgot all about his son.
Yeah, he just sort of let him go and said, "Watch out, son, but go ahead and do this thing.
Do whatever you need to do, whatever. See you later.
Do what you need to do. Dangerous monster in the forest, going out with a sword. Whatever, do your thing, son.
Do whatever you want to do." So here's the town, there's the dad, here's the little boy carrying the head of the bloody head, which is 18 times larger than the boy is. The end. Oh, frabjous day. Would the frabjous day have a rainbow? I think it probably would.
I feel like that's appropriate, yes. Just make sure that the rainbow is rather frabjous.
It's a red, white, and blue rainbow. There.
All American then. Or all British, actually.
Poor Jabberwocky. He didn't deserve that.
Sorry, ants. Sans.
Well, let me see now. Let me just try, since we're still here. Put my caps on top of my...
We're still here?
We're still here. Put the caps on my pens. My caps on my ink, so they don't tip over and spill. I once was at the lake and I spilled red ink all over the table, which dribbled onto my lap in my crotch-ish region, and it looked like
it looked like you had a sex change.
yes. No, it was yes. What's her name? Bobbitt, was that her name? Who chopped off her husband's Winky with the carving knife?
Oh,
Marianne
I know
Bobbitt.
who you're talking about, but I can't remember her name. No.
Bobbitt was the last name. And they found the member in the gutter where she tossed it out of the car. And
Well, I mean, that's the appropriate place.
And they reattached it, I think, successfully.
Oh, well. Member once again.
But I need to look this up because now my mind is wondering.
In the gutter along with his member.
So let me do this. Penis Bobbitt. I think that's all I need to write.
This could lead to very scary results here, but let's find out.
John Wayne Bobbitt and Lorraine Bobbitt were an American couple married in 1989 whose relationship received international media coverage in 1993 when, after claims of years of rape and abuse by her husband, Lorena cut off his penis with a knife while he was sleeping. The penis was subsequently surgically reattached. And he was
acquitted. Dang, maybe she had a good reason for it after all.
And he was, John Wayne was acquitted on the rape charge. Okay, well, what about the dismemberment charge? What about that charge?
They decided to cut that one short.
Okay, he always have orgasm, and he doesn't wait for me ever to have orgasm. He's selfish. That's what she told Detective Peter Wentz.
Oh, okay. Then it wasn't quite a good reason. He just wasn't good at it.
And caused her to snap, in quotes, snap.
So the sex was so bad, she went crazy.
I guess so. Now, she found her not guilty due to insanity, causing
that sounds about right.
Causing an irresistible impulse to sexually wound John. In 1995, after 6 years of marriage, John and Lorena finally finalized their divorce. Aftermath. There's evidently more. John attempted to generate money from his renown by forming a band called the Severed Parts to pay his mounting medical and legal bills.
So I guess that's where the situation came to a head, huh?
And then, in September 1994, he appeared in the adult film John Wayne Bobbitt, Uncut.
I was ready to make a joke like that, but they did it for me. I love the porn industry.
He also appeared in another adult film, Frankenpenis. You know,
okay.
I just want to say that I think the human species has
had its day. I think has
its day, and I think it's time for us just to pull the goddamn plug.
We're doing it, between global warming and international capitalism. We're doing it.
Okay.
Don't worry. Once your generation is gone, my generation will take care of it.
Well, I hope so. Okay, I have to.
Well, your guys have made it so easy for us. I'm sorry. Okay, you've got to...
I have to put these in an order that they will then film them. So most of these, he really doesn't look all that bad. He's not an evil.
He's not an evil creature, just misunderstood.
He's just misunderstood. He's just a misunderstood creature. Okay, I've got those in order.
Sort of like what King Kong became.
There was someone bought, a friend of mine, a book about freaks, circus freaks, and there was this photograph of a woman who you really couldn't tell that it was a woman at all. The face was very, it almost looked like cauliflower. You know, it was just bumps everywhere, and they looked very fleshy. They didn't look like hardened bumps, but they
I may have seen that one, actually.
And this friend of mine who just always thinks the best of everyone, and you know, if she just had better posture, she'd be beautiful. And it's like, no, that would not help.
Well, maybe the photo was taken in a bad light.
Yes. Okay. I think I have these in some sort of order. So I'm going to make my little movie with my snap cam, snap thing. And I'm going to do this very fast because I'm just going to do it fast.
That's your dig.
Okay, so new project, Jabberwock. Project 4, auto portrait. Project 4, we call this jabberwocky. Done. Back camera, create. So this is this app. So it's relatively easy, create, and I start shooting. So I just take, here's the titles just went through. We had the, 20th Century Fox logo, and click, click, click.
Oh.
And then click, 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 click. Oops, I didn't click that one. And then the little child is going into the forest here. And here's the forest. We already see the...
Now, can you download these afterwards?
The
animations?
The animation will, I just press a button and it creates the animation for me.
Yeah, but can you turn it into like a video that you could put on your computer, or?
Yeah, it's downloaded to my photo thing on my phone, and I can send it to myself or transfer it.
Oh, okay.
So here's the Jabberwocky minding his own business, wondering who's waking me up. I think this is him sort of yawning. He's doing his alpha male thing. He has to sort of get into an attack mode here at some point.
Do you think there's a very big difference between male and female Jabberwocky?
I don't know the answer to that one. Okay, now he's turning into the He's now getting ready. He's getting. Oh, now we have that. There we go. This one really doesn't quite fit. I should have had him earlier. Oh well. So now he lunges at the guy. And out comes the Vorpal sword. And what does the Vorpal sword do?
Oh, it snickers and it snackers.
And then he carries the head home on the frabtious day.
Roof, hooray!
The end. The end. Okay, so now this has 73 things. So I take this button here, which is the button I want. I think I want this button here. And I play it. So watch the movie.
Okay.
Why is it doing that?
It's moving around because you were holding it in your hand. But I kind of like it.
No, it went to
Oh,
it went
yeah.
to
I've seen.
horizontal. So it's probably because I held it too horizontal and it didn't know.
Yeah. It happens to me all the time with this damn phone.
So it worked okay, I think.
Yeah. I think it worked out real nice. I like it.
It's so I just have to redo it and put these back in order. Frabtious day, going back to pre-snick and snacking. I think I need more going through the woods, and if I had enough energy, I'd add the warbly bird and the whatever the other things are.
The troves and the bandersnatch.
And the bandersnatch with the
See, I got it mixed up the first time because the things gyre, but there are no gyres as far as I could tell from the second reading.
No, I think that's correct. JB says looks great. Now, JB, oh, you're the guy from Germany? I'm trying to remember. JB.
Yes, I believe so, actually.
Julian. Yes. Would you like to join us, Julian? We can do the I'll get up my I'm gonna make the titles for this now. Ende. ENDE. Ende.
And
Jabberwocky and Ende with my pilot pens, pilot ruling pens, which I have right here. Oh, this is a narrow one. I want a big one. That's not very big. Big. Oh, well, you can come on and say hi. So I'll make it, should I say fin or ende or what? What is the Jabberwockian word for the end?
I imagine it would be some kind of onomatopoeia for squashing. Scrish.
Scrish?
Yes, let's say scrish.
So S. Skrisch.
Yes. Let's say that.
Scrish. And we should probably put a little like question mark after that, like they do with Frankenstein, the end, and then it had this big question mark after it saying, or is it the end?
Saying there could be a sequel.
Yes.
And there was, and it was not good.
I wonder if the what's his name? John Bobbitt penis Franken penis movie had a sequel. Seems to me that
Bobbitt rises again.
God.
Yep.
Yep. Question mark. Okay, what about the Jabberwocky? Scrish. Jabberwocky. I don't have enough goddamn room for the Y. Can I spell it with an I? JB. JB was doing his.
Oh my, that's nice lettering there.
Jabberwocky. He he was doing the alphabet, and he would start at the very left edge of the page and go all the way to the right. A B B B B B C C C C D D D D D D D D D D D, etc. And whenever he ran out of room, but not quite out of room, he'd always throw an I in there. So there were these little I's in the middle of his alphabet. So I could have spelled Jabberwocky with an I guess.
The reason he puts I is because there's no room left for you.
Aw. This J is absolutely retarded. So we'll make it doubly retarded.
Hey now.
There. Jabberwocky. Oh, you have to add those little things like that. Julian, are you still here? I think I have to have it say end in real English. So I think scritch is too much like scritch and scratch or snitch and snap, whatever it was. What was the sword doing?
Snack.
Snicker
snack.
snack. Okay, so I think I just have to say
you got to remember these things here.
End. That's about as bad as I could possibly make these lettering. But again, this is a Julian said, yeah, kinda, but I don't remember what the question was. What is he saying yes, kinda to? So
who can say the answer? Who can tell you why? Fools always try to tell you, wise men never try, or something like that. I don't even know how the tune goes. I just know the words. Those, like, sort of.
So this is the, do I have to kill this person again? He's like, I want to go back to bed.
Yeah.
So. There. The jabberwocky enda question mark. So I will reshoot this later. Whoops. Now I have to plug this in. Are you including the man with the sun and the sword? Looks like you are.
No, I'm not. You're probably mistaken.
I am mistaking things for other things.
That's what I do all the time.
Yeah.
At a certain point, I'm just going to have to give this one and let it ride free back into the forest from whence it came.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I like your well-lit the Jabberwocky Hotel.
Yes, indeed.
The Jabberwocky Estates with he looks like he has a mandible. Those are arms, I guess, aren't they?
Something like that.
He has arms.
We can get closer here.
Well, it looks like he has two arms that have some claws.
So down here you have the slithing torv.
Okay.
The bandersnatches are right here by his feet here.
Yeah.
Then you have the jabberwock itself with its claws that snatch and its jaws that catch, or however it went. And then you have, I'm not certain which this would be on top of it.
Yeah. Now, what are the feet hanging by little?
Not whatever that is.
Are those his trophies from earlier victories where he would? Yes.
No, he just needed extra feet, so I decided to just hang some off there.
Yeah, and you've got little people underneath in the.
Yes, they're hanging out there where the candles might have been.
I see. Well, you know, what's zoom out a little bit. What's that thing that's
the slithing torv? I didn't get too much work done on it.
No. Okay. Zoom back out again. You have something that looks, is it a tail coming off the back of this?
Yeah, it's the tail that goes all the way up to this feller here.
Oh, I see. So there's two little bands on the two little.
Yeah, there are two little bands because he keeps himself.
scrunchies that he keeps himself coiffed. He was
Yes.
just at the hairdresser yesterday.
Yeah, so he has to keep everything in order.
Well,
but I'll tell you what. I'll give you a look at my parking lot, and I'll sign off here.
Okay. Well, thank you,
And
Russell.
wave goodbye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Bye, everyone.